GOAT format's extensive history is filled with cards that were once considered barely playable and later went on to surprise everyone and become major players in the competitive meta. I'm here to tell you about the next chapter of this history, which is Golem Sentry. This monster seems innocuous, but surprisingly pulls its weight quite well in the 2022 meta. Here are a few top deck lists that have recently achieved strong results with Golem Sentry. These 3 deck lists are all each unique, but they have one thing in common. They are all control decks that use Golem Sentry as a way to surprise their opponents by dealing with any monster in a way that no other card really can right now. But what has made Golem Sentry such an effective card recently? One of the big shifts in the GOAT format meta over the last 17 years has been the move away from lockdown and card advantage oriented combos to more self-sufficient monsters and fast aggressive options. So players used to believe that Golem Sentry was a synergistic card that could only be confined to the likes of Pac-Man and similar decks such as this one here. These decks went all in on effects like Decklists and Golem Sentry by committing to stopping their opponent from attacking entirely and killing any monster that they placed on the board. But what players are now realizing is that Golem Sentry is powerful and quite self-sufficient by itself. It can deal with any monster every turn, and 1800 defense means that it doesn't really need too much assistance to get itself going. 1900 attack monsters like Skilled Dark Magician are rarely played anymore. The only common, no tribute monsters that can just run over a Golem Sentry are the Warriors Mystic Swordsman level 2 and Blade Knight. And Blade Knight only works if you have 1 or 0 cards in your hand, which may not be possible if a monster is being bounced back to your hand every turn. Even Ninja Grandmaster Sazuk can't normally kill Golem Sentry because it flips itself down every turn. Now, while Golem Sentry does not destroy the monster that it targets with its effect, this is not such a bad thing in an era where Chaos is still very popular at all levels of play. Getting your summon bounced back each turn while not filling your graveyard with lights and darks is a very tough spot to be in as a Chaos player, and I'm speaking from experience here. Golem Sentry's 800 attack is quite strong as well. Bouncing back a monster every turn and hitting your opponent directly puts them on a 10-turn clock, or even less if your opponent already paid life points with something like Solemn Judgment. Any way you slice it, Golem Sentry is a monster that is tough to kill in battle, prevents your opponent from developing their field, and threatens your opponent's life points all by itself. In a way, it actually shares a lot of similarities with the notorious boogeyman of GOAT format, Chaos Sorcerer. And unlike Chaos Sorcerer, Golem Sentry can be played in a wide variety of control decks, such as GOAT Control, or even in Chaos itself. I could see Golem Sentry becoming a very relevant card for all kinds of control mirrors in the future, as it has synergy with Trap Dust Shoot, baits Mind Control, and counters opposing Kaiku the Ghost Destroyers. But before you go, here are a few additional Golem Sentry tips that you might find helpful in your games. Remember that Golem Sentry is also quite effective at dealing with Scapegoat. You can bounce back a token, attack another token, and this allows you to clear a full field of Scapegoat tokens in only 2 turns. If you are playing GOAT Control yourself, you might want to try comboing Golem Sentry with Creature Swap. You can give your opponent a monster with Creature Swap, and then use Golem Sentry to return that same monster back to your hand. Last, one thing that you can do is use Call of the Haunted during your opponent's end phase to revive Golem Sentry. Then on your turn, you can use its effect to flip itself back down, then flip itself up and trigger its effect. This is especially helpful if your opponent has a pesky fusion monster that you need to deal with, like Dark Balter the Terrible. Thanks for watching, everyone, and if you like this video, be sure to subscribe. I'm almost to 2,000 subscribers, and the support really means a lot to me. Showing your support will encourage me to make more GOAT format content in the future. And if you like this video, consider watching one of the other 2 videos that I have listed here.